Okay, dokie, ladies, let's pop up. Let's start on feet and then here tonight. So come just into the mat, come so that heels come together and toes come together. And we'll just kind of spread the kind of toes, just let the feet just earth just down and just into the mat. Let's take the feet out to 10 and 2 and take the heels then just on out. And we'll just spread and just soften the toes, kind of relaxing, releasing, just grounding just down and just onto the mat. We'll let the arms just drop just down and by our side and just shut down here just at the eyes. Just become completely relaxed, completely heavy. We'll just take a couple of breaths just in and out. Completely ground down. Just being aware of any pockets or areas of tension. We are using the breath out to relax and release. With the feet grounded, the arms heavy, we'll take a roll forwards onto big toes. We'll softly just drop back onto heels and hopefully feel those abdominals just tighten slightly. But we're just waking them up really gently, sliding forwards, gliding back. Testing the balance. And then we come just to take the weight just in, just to the middle of the feet. We soften just the back of the knees and we let the top half of the body just go. Head's heavy, arms are heavy. We just round, drop forwards, arms hang. Couple breaths in and out. And then the knees, they bend, we uncurl through the spine as we lift, come back up through head. Eyes open once we reach the top, arms stay relaxed. And from here we draw the shoulders up and in towards the ears and we breathe out to relax, release and just let them go. Okay, breath in, shoulders draw up and in towards ears. Breathing out, we relax, release and let them go. And last one, breath in. Relax and release and let go. Arms drop down, back of the body is long. And we sweep the arms up to the ceiling, we stretch and lengthen. Breathe out as we drop the hands behind the head and we take a rotation around to one side. Breath in, we come back up through center. Breathing out, we drop down other side. Breath, come up in through center. One more each way, dropping round into the side, coming on back up. Good. Up through center, dropping down, coming back up. We hold through center. We let the hands come back in and just behind the head. Now from here we extend the chest up towards the ceiling and we relax and release, arching through the back. We extend the chest up towards the ceiling and we relax and release. Good. Extend that chest up to ceiling. And we relax and release. Good. Extend up to ceiling. We relax and release. And last one, we extend up into ceiling. We relax and release. Arms drop down, head is heavy. And we slowly uncurl from here, peeling back up through the spine, coming back up level by level. Arms, they just relax, just release, just down to the side. As we keep just in parallel, we roll the shoulders back and down and keep the chest nice and open. From here, bottom drops back, hands sweep forward in front of chest and we squeeze to come up. Let's keep this just really nice and easy this evening. Okay, dipping down, squeeze to come back up. Dipping down, squeeze to come back up. Now we keep the arms really fluid, but we take an extra little squeeze of the shoulder blades at the top. As we open through chest, bottom goes back and we squeeze these glutes, getting them engaged up and at the top. Good. We'll take 3 more as we are. Come on up. We've got 2 more. Come on up. And we've got last one. Come on up. We drop down and hold halfway, little mini ups and downs. Here we pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we press up to stand. Give everything just a little kind of shake. And we're going to find your weights nice and early this evening. We're going to start by taking yourself just to our parallel position. So the toes are facing forward, the heels are grounded down. From here, we rotate and turn hands just out and just towards the screen. Shoulders glide away, tailbone tucks under. We take double bicep curl and double heel raise together and slowly and gently lower. First couple, just to sync everything up, we glide up onto tippy toes and we slowly lower. Glide up onto tippy toes and we slowly lower. Good. Glide up and lift. Relax, release and lower. Glide up and lift. Release and lower. Lovely work, everyone. Really nice. Back of the neck stays really long and we stay really nice and strong, adding in just a little bit of really gentle core. So it's not kind of bracing, it's just enough that we're kind of aware that there's a bit of a kind of tension just through the front of the body. We've got 3 as we are, and we drop down. We've got 2 as we are, and we drop down. I'm going to take the last one, curling up, and we drop on down. Good, all warmed up. Heels come together and the toes are going to turn out. We're in parallel in this and turn out. So we've got that little pizza slice just in between the feet. Arms are going to come up and we're going to hold just up and just a little high bicep curl. From here, we're just going to take a little same arm, same leg, and then roll and drop back down. Same arm, same leg, and we roll back down. So we're activating kind of one side of the body, dropping back down. Other side activates and we drop back down. Now here we want to think about the pelvis staying nice and level. So what we don't want to do is kind of dip and drop into the hip. We're not Saturday night fevering. We are keeping it really kind of strong as we slide up and we slowly drop down. We slide up, we slowly drop down. We've got 3. Come on down. We've got 2. Come on down. Last one. Drop on down. Now from here, we take double arms, double heels. We glide on up, press everything up, and slowly drop down. Glide on up, and slowly drop down. We've got 3, and come down. We've 2, and come down. And with the last one, we drop on down, we hold. From here, we take a little bend just in the knees, and we're going to take a little double heel raise and lower. 2, and lower. Last one, and lower. Add back in those arms. We extend and come on in. We extend, come on in. That little roll up onto toes as we glide those arms up. We've got 5, and we release. 4, and release. 3, release. 2, release. Last one, release, drop down. Come on up and just step the feet out just that little bit wider for me so that we're in still turn out. Toes would still be pointing to 10 and 2, but the heels are where the hips are. From here, we're going to sink down and we're going to slide the arms out in the same sort of direction as the thigh bones. So we slide out and we squeeze to come back up. Now we want to really use the bum muscles here. So if they're not doing their job well enough, let's squeeze and engage to come back up. We drop down, squeeze, engage, come back up. Down and up. We've got 3 here. Come on up. We've got 2, come on up. Last one, we're going to hold down. From here, we go back into those little heel lifts. We lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. 5, release. 4, release. 3, release. 2, release. Last one, hold up. Join that second leg and we're in double. We keep those arms out and we lift and lower. Imagine that you're holding onto 2 champagne flutes filled to the brim. We don't want to spill anything. So we lift and lower, keeping really steady for 3. We have 2. Last one. Heels drop down, hands come in, and we can give those legs just a little shoot up and a little wriggle. Catch the breath. Ladies, and pop those weights just down and just to the side. We take just a couple of breaths just in and out here. Letting tummies just go and just settling just back and just into our parallel with feet both just facing forwards. We take a breath into lengthen up and through the back of the head. We let chin just drop down in towards chest as we roll down through the back body. We are going to lift and drop the shoulders. We bend the knees and we roll on down towards toes. Head's heavy, arms are heavy. We hang and we hold here, couple breaths in and out. And then we tuck the tailbone under and we slowly, gently uncurl. Peel back up through the spine, head last to lift. Arms soften. A breath in again. Breathing out, chin drops in. Melts down towards the toes. Allowing yourself just a sense of freedom here. This is all about control, so we take our own time, work at your own pace. We hang, we hold at the bottom, just to allow a bit of traction at the spine as we take a couple breaths in and out. From here, the knees they bend, the tail tucks under, we slowly, gently uncurl. Head comes up last. And we make next one your last one. Breath in. Breathing out, we roll back down. Chin comes into chest. We lift and we drop. We soften down. And as we reach the toes here, we can just fold the arms and let the hands just rest really just in the creases, just at the elbows. The head stays completely heavy. And from here we roll forwards onto big toes and back onto heels. Slide forwards, big toe, back onto heels. Try and free the back of the neck and the jaw. Make sure that there's no tension. Even just give the head a little roll, just side to side if it feels comfy. We can settle the weight just into the middle of the foot. We release and soften the hands. We bend the back of the knees and we slowly uncurl. It is peeling back up through the spine. Head is last to lift. Eyes open. We're all warmed up. These are going to come down onto mats from here. So come on down and come onto all fours. I'm just going to bring you all just a little closer just so that you can get a real good peek at what I'm doing. So come on down, come onto all fours. We're coming onto hands and coming onto knees and have your little bits of kit and just nice and kind of close by. We'll start off just really widening just at the palms and letting the hands just come down and just onto just the mat. We let just the tops of the toes just relax here. And we're going to start just with a little cat and camel. So we're going to think about scooping belly button up and in towards spine. We tuck the tail and we drop the head and we arch the back to the extreme. We hold here. And then we relax tummies completely, lift through chest, lift through head, relax. Hold just that nice stretch. Breathing out, we scoop again, belly button into spine, arching, dropping head. A big breath in, relax tummy, lift tail, lift head, look up and look out. One more each direction. We scoop belly button in, breath in, we arch back, tuck tail, drop head under. And then we release tummy, we lift up through the chest and we come just into that extreme, holding here in cat. And we relax as we come back just to center and back just onto all fours. Reach and just take a hold just of a little weight just in your left hand. So the left hand has your little weight. Shoulders, they slide down and away from ears. The back of the neck is really long. Now we're going to look to engage that lower core, looking for that kind of 30 to 50%. We keep that core engaged. We've got two options. Option one is to work the arm alone out and slowly back in. And option two is to take the right leg out with the left arm and take that full swim out. We glide out and we slowly drop in, gliding out and in. If we are working the hand alone, we just make sure that those knuckles hover before before we slide it out. And if we're working the arm and the leg, we do the same, but that knee hovers as well. So we don't allow ourselves a chance for rest as we keep that movement just continually going. Glide out, come in. We've got 3 and in. We've 2 and in. Last one. We come on in. We sweep that left elbow up and into our side. I'm going to super glue it just to our side. From here, we extend the arm back and behind, and we slowly work in. Extend the arm back and behind and work in. We extend and bend. Extend and bend. We keep really strong here. Good. Extend and bend. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, arm stays out, core stays engaged, upper body stays flat. You take a little lift and lower. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we relax and release. Weight drops down and we slide back into child's pose. Letting from here, just the head just drop down and just onto the hands. Couple big breaths just in and out. Catching the breath. When we are ready, we ease ourselves just up, just nice and slowly. We come back on to all fours just from here, but we're going to tuck the toes under. We have 2 options just with this next one. Option number 1 is we're going to keep the core engaged and we're going to lift the knees and we're going to hover. Option number 2 is if we're feeling a little bit more comfortable with core, we take the hands just away just from the knees. We lift the knees and then we press out nice and long and into high plank. We've got 2 options, whatever you feel most comfortable working in this evening. We take a breath in, breathing out. First round, we'll lift up, we'll hold up for 10. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release and lower. Little readjustment of anything that we need to. Second time round, holding for same length of time. Breath in, breathing out, coming up and into hover or into full plank. We'll hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and release. Little mini readjustment. Final set. 10-second hold. Breath in, breathe out, come on up, out of position. Hover and we hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We relax, release. Drop those hips back onto heels. Let the head soften. And we let tummies go here. Let that tummy just feel completely relaxed. And allow it just to soften just in between the legs. We take a breath in and we almost imagine here just that we're expanding through the back of the rib cage. There's no resistance anywhere in the body to the breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Hips stay nice and heavy on heels. And when you're ready, we ease ourselves just up, just nice and just slowly. We're going to take yourself up when we are ready, and we're going to pop the weight over and onto the right hand. So come on up when weight comes into the right hand here. We've got 2 options as we did before. We can either just work on that arm if we're just getting to grips with things, or we can slide in legs to make it a little more complex. Shoulders slide down from ears, core is engaged, and when we are ready from here, we begin sliding out and drawing back in. We're looking for that core again, just to work for us about 30 to kind of 50%. Those limbs, they slide out nice and smoothly. They might not reach kind of all the way to the top, especially because we've added that weight into the arm. but we're maintaining just that lovely control at the center. We've got 3. We've got 2. We've got last 1. And we come on in. Elbow comes into side, and we go straight into those little spotty cats, sweeping the hand back and coming on in. So we take that little sweep back, tricep extension, come on in. Good. Core stays engaged. We keep that posture really strong. Glide back, come in, back and in, back and in. We've got 5 here. We've 4. We've 3. We've 2. Last one, extend back. We hold little lifts and lowers, and we pulse here. Straight arm, pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release, weight comes down. Take a little kind of slide back, arch the back, and we slide just up and just into a seat. Take a little seat just to stretch off arms for me from here. And we're just going to take just the left hand just up and behind, placing that hand kind of to top of the back. Right hand can come up, and we just kind of encourage the elbow back as we extend through chest. A couple breaths in and out. And then we just relax, release arm down. We swap on over to other side. Hand comes in again, just to top of the neck. We slide on back and take that stretch. And then we relax the arms just down and just take a little kind of wriggle just of those arms. We're going to stay in sitting, but we're going to just kind of do a little shimmy on over and come into long sitting. In long sitting, I'm going to get you just to take your bands, and we're going to take those bands kind of over heels and then kind of shimmy them kind of up and just over the legs. And the bands are going to be here, and they're going to stay here for initially a little bit of support if you want it, and then to do a little bit of arm work. So we're going to take an underhand grip just on the band so that your palms will kind of almost be kind of sandwiched kind of down and just onto the top of the thighs. The band's going to help you out if you need it. We can show you an option if you don't feel that you need the band in a little second. So we're going to start off kind of really nice and kind of tall up and on kind of sit bones. You might even want to kind of, kind of help yourself kind of up, just kind of stretch leggings kind of out so that you're really onto sit bones. The palms are just relaxed, but we hold and just grip just onto the band. We take a breath in from here, lovely long back. Breathing out, we're going to soften the bottom of the back, and we're going to come into a soft kind of curly kick. And then from here, we're going to roll back and down, maybe just a little bit further this evening than we're used to. And then we look to use the core to pull us up. But this is where we can use the band to help us up if we feel that we need it. Breath in again. Breathing out, we really soften. Become that little kind of curly kick, and we drop on back, sliding on back, extending. We take a little hold, and then we pull through core, again pull through arms if we need it. Come up and sit bones. If you're happy working without the band, let's elevate the arms and feel free to give this a go. Hands slide out just as though, again, we're holding 2 champagne flutes, breathing out that soft C shape, and we roll back again and down as far as you feel able to control. Maybe mid-back comes down and onto the mat this evening, and then we slide and work back up and into sitting. If you find that little sticky point and it feels like a little jittery, you can go back to the band, but if you're working here, fine, keep that going. Drop down and back. And then work up again through the core. If the fronts of the legs and the thighs feel like they're really on fire, I would suggest go back and use the band, or just try and keep them as relaxed as you can, and really try and cue tummy muscles to pull us up from the floor. Last one all together, we're going to drop back from wherever we are. And then we work back on up and come back to seat. Wherever we are, we make sure now we've got a hold just of our bands. And we're going to drop back down and we're going to hold in that little kind of half roll back position. Now from here, we're going to take a little kind of short and heavy and hard bicep curl. So roll back so that tummy muscles feel it, but we're going to work through the biceps here. Just be a little careful with bands, ladies. I don't want any black eyes. Make sure that that band is kind of secure enough and robust enough as we pull in and we release. Tummy should feel like it's working. It might feel like it's jittering. It might feel a little sluggish. We've got 3 more. We've got 2 more. We've got last one. And we relax, release, pull on up. Legs slide on out, hands come forwards. And we just drop hands down just to wherever they land. And take a couple of breaths in and out. That little forward spine stretch. You can feel a little neural down the back of the legs if you're a little tight. Should hopefully ease a little. And as you breathe out over the next couple reps, see, can you bring yourself a little bit further down and just towards thighs? If at any point it feels too much, walk kind of back on up and just go to where you feel comfy. Couple breaths in and out. And we ease ourselves just on up from here. It's lovely work. If you've got your little pillow handy, take your little pillow and we're going to come on to sides from here. So take a little roll on over so that you're comfy on your side and you can see me well on camera. Take your little pillow and just sandwich it just between the head and that bottom shoulder, and let that bottom shoulder come just to wherever is really comfy. We're going to stack the legs up one on top of the other. And again, just make sure the hips are stacked by eyeballing that little kind of plumb line that runs just across just the front of the knees, and make sure that we're really kind of lined up. Top hand onto hip to push that hip away. So try and stretch an extra inch, or the space between the bottom of your bra and your waistband, kind of open that up and give me an extra inch. We hold here, we're kind of going short and sharp on these glutes just to really make them work this evening. I'm going to take a high climb, pushing into the band and slowly lowering. We push into the band and lower. Push and release. Push and release. We've got 5 and release. We've got 4 and release. 3, release. 2, release. Last one, we're going to hold on up. Take little up top pulses. So it's like we were just doing a little lift and lower. Pulse into the band. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We stop there. Think of the leg at kind of 0 degrees, and we're going to rack it kind of up 45 degrees. Thumbs are on fire, mine certainly is. And we're going to push through the leg so that we take that leg straight out in 45 degrees and draw back in. Now you should just see your thigh bone until you extend, and then your little foot should pop out. Good. As we go with this one, we will tire. Make sure that that knee doesn't creep back down. Keep it at 45. It is hard work here, especially against your bands. Push on out and come on in. Make sure that that hip hasn't rolled and we haven't opened too much. We've got 3 as we are. We've got 2 as we are. We've got last one. Hold that leg on out. Little mini lift for me if we can. Pulse, 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 pulse. 3, 2, 1, and then relax, release. Give that hip just a good old rub. If it's aching, you know that you've worked hard, you know that it's switched on. Well done, everyone. We take just a little kind of moment, and then we're just going to flip ourselves kind of straight away onto our other side. You can either roll onto back, depending on what your setup is with camera, or take a little flip just like me over and onto your other side. Come down again, just into that little kind of fallen chair position, and then that bottom glute might just be aching a little. So let it just kind of rest just down and just into mat. Setup's the same, 90 and 90 at the knees. If you've got that little mat that's handy, and just line the shin bones up with the edge. Top hand on top hip, create that lovely long waist that we like to see. And when we're ready, we lift and lower, high climb. We kind of know what's coming on this side. Second hips are always a little tougher. Remember that that leg has kind of worked already this evening in a couple of different exercises, and it helps to stabilize us when it's on the bottom. Good. So we lift and lower. If you feel that you need to just check, make sure you can pop fingertips on that kind of side pocket and just make sure that you feel a little squeeze as you lift. But you really can't get away with these exercises without these glutes working. We've got 2 more. We've got the last one. We hold on up, little mini pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Great stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round that leg up 45 degrees. And we finish those little spider kicks out and come back in. Spider kick out and in. Check out that leg. Make sure we get that kind of nice kind of diagonal. It's a bit like we're kind of doing a nice karate chop with that leg. Don't let that knee drop down. Keep it up. We've got 5. We 4. We 3. We 2. Last one. Hold on out. Hold leg nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on. Squats on and give that hip just a good rub. Should now be nice and even. Good. Let everything just go. Just do nice and relaxed just on the side just for a moment. And when you're ready, just ease yourself just up nice and slowly, and we just shimmy the band just off just of legs and just let that kind of drop just out and just to the side. Come on back and onto backs for me when you're ready. And if you feel that you want that little bit of support, a little bit of a lift from a little kind of soft pillow, feel free to drop that in and under. But if you're happy just lying flat, that's fine. Buns or ponytails, always just remember that we kind of scoop them out to the sides so we're not balancing on buns. And we're going to let the hands just drop down and by our side. Take just that moment to really make sure that we've set ourselves up just nice and kind of comfy on the mat. We let the pelvis just feel really level just between the right and the left, and we've just let that kind of lower back relax. So we almost have full contact spine to mat. Couple of breaths just in and out, and just start by letting that tummy just feel completely relaxed as we take that breath in. Tummy puffs up and into hands, and we breathe out just to let that sink. Breath in. Breathing out. Last breath in. Breathing out. We just sync up just that diaphragm and pelvic floor rhythm really nicely by starting that way. Let's engage lower core. So think about that pelvic floor lifting and that drawing of the belly button down and into spine. Once we're set and once we're here, we're going to layer this next little one up. We're going to start by taking just a single leg tabletop leg into a single scissor. And then we hinge from the hip, relax and drop down. Other side, we lift and hinge, come on up. Relax, release. If you want to keep fingers just in that lower portion of the abdominals to check that you've got your engagement, just do. But if you're quite happy working here, you can let hands just drop back down and just onto the mat. Good. We're kind of consciously thinking of a lot of things, keeping ribs soft, keeping the core engaged, making sure the hips are nice and level as we lift and as we lower. This exercise is so lovely. It replicates the kind of the action of walking, of running, the kind of locomotion that we do kind of with our biomechanics. And we're just trying to tune core in just to make sure that it learns to kind of switch on and work with us. So we've got one more each side. And then we lower the leg on down. Either stick with this or we'll make this a little bit tougher together. We can take a single leg tabletop and a double leg tabletop. Make sure that tummy stays flat and the lower back hasn't popped up off the mat. From here, we can extend the head up. If we've taken that, extended the head, make sure the pelvic floor is a little engaged. And we're going to lower it down and lift. We lower down and lift. Now we should feel the tummy working. If that head is lifted but it gets a little tired, pop a hand just in and just behind the head so that we make sure here that it's nice and supported. Chin kind of slinks back and in towards throat wherever we are. And we let that leg feel really heavy. Imagine that leg is like that little dumbbell for the core. You're down and up for 3, for 2. Last one, we come on up, we hold. Arms lift up and off the mat, and we take a little hundreds. Superset with the little hundreds, just finishing just that endurance from the core. If you need to, you can pop a hand back in behind the head if it feels it needs that support, or let that head drop back down. Pulsing just the arms just softly by your side. Breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Focuses on keeping that light core engagement. Knees are over hips, pulsing, pulsing. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we relax, hugging knees into the chest. Taking a little rock here, just side to side. It's just softening and just melting just into the mat. Only then from here, just let the feet just come back down and just to find just the floor. We are going to find just a little single weight for this next one. Be a little careful, don't end up here with black eye or any damage to any teeth. Don't let go of that weight. Hand's going to come up and just above the chest. The free hand is going to come in and just behind the back of the neck. And we're going to do a little bit of work on the obliques from here. We are going to start with a breath in, breathing out. We lift and we take a little twist to take the hand down and to the outside of the opposite thigh. And then we slowly and gently lower. We control that kind of lower with the weight. And we pull through the core to help take that extra little bit of weight up and over and then slowly lower. This is kind of the first level, the first option. We want to make sure here that we feel that that rib slides down and towards the opposite hip and relax and release. And as we do that, that lower core stays engaged. If we want to make this a little tougher, we lift that opposite knee as we cross over and then we slowly lower. We lift that opposite knee as we cross over and we slowly lower. Let's lift and lower. We've got 3 and release. We've got 2 and release. We've got last one that we're going to hold, legs lifted or leg down, and we're going to take a little pulse. An extra little stretch. This all comes from the core. It's not that we're gliding arm, the arm stays stable and we squeeze. Make sure that you feel that that core is squeezing and engaging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release, drop down and back. Let the hand just come in and just swap that weight over down at ground level. Take a little kind of readjustment, anything that you need to. Free hand slides back in behind the head. Weighted hand comes back up and just above the chest, the back of the neck is nice and long, the chin is tucked in. We take a breath on in. Breathing out, we take that little lift and that little twist and we relax and release. Little lift, little twist. Relax and release. Lift and twist. Relax and release. Good. Crossing over the body. Feeling that core engage and pull. And then release. Twist and release. We've got 5 here. We've got 4. We've got 3. We've got 2. Last one, we cross on up and over. We lift that leg if we want. We take a little pulse as we stretch. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg down. Hand comes back down. And we relax that little weight just down and just to the side. Let's stretch legs out long. Let's take the arms just up and just overhead. And let those abdominals stretch. Now let that lower back pop up off the mat. And we take a couple of big breaths in and out. Breathing in just to the tummy again. Make sure that we don't feel that we're adding any tension. Just let it go as we take that big breath in. Breathing out all the way. Big breath in. Breathing out all the way. Big breath in. Breathing out all the way. And last one, big breath in. Breathing out all the way. And we relax, release. Bend the knees up. Just take the hands just down and just by just your side, just from here. We settle just back, just in, just the mat. When we're ready, we draw the knee just up and just in towards the chest. The heel comes up and over, and we press a little on the inside of the knee just to really open out and just through the front of the pelvis. From here, we then just lift the head, we scoot on up, and we hug just in, and we take a couple breaths in figure four. Head can drop back down, body just becomes soft and relaxed. Take a couple breaths in and out. And then we relax, release legs just down. We slowly uncross, and we just take that stretch just up and on other side. Heel crosses over to thigh. Press a little on the inside of that leg. And then we scoot, we lift, we draw up and in, and we hold the stretch. Couple breaths in and out. We let then the legs just relax, come back down, and just ground and just earth just on the mat. We take the legs just into whatever position this evening feels most comfortable. Knees can come together and heels can work out a little. We can reverse that by bringing the soles of feet together, let knees drop out, or we let those legs slide just out long. And once we're in just our most comfortable position, we just let the body just feel heavy as it sinks just down and just into the mat. We've got a couple of big breaths in and out. No tension at tummies. So we take that breath in, the rib cage can expand in all directions. Breathing out. Big breath in. Breathing out. When we are ready, we're just going to bend just the knees back, just to find rest position. The knees come together, the feet come together, the hands slide just off the body to the side. And we take a little rock of the knees side to side, just to massage that lower back just into the mat. And then we let those knees just carry us just over and onto the side. We spend just a little moment just over and just onto our side. Take a little moment heavy before we ease ourselves just up, just nice and slowly just into your seat. Into whatever position for you feels like it just is the most comfortable. Kneeling, cross-legged, long sits, or have a seat just in a chair. We interlock the hands just in front of the chest, and we breathe out as we slide the hands away. We stretch the shoulder blades apart as we drop the head just down. And we extend the arms then just up and overhead as we lengthen and stretch. And we drop the hands just down to one side, lengthening, taking a stretch through those obliques that we've just worked really hard. We come back up through center. We drop then down over into other side. We come back up through center, we stretch, we lengthen. We just from here just unlock just the fingers, and then we press the hands just away just to either side of the room. The palms, they turn just face up just on the lap. And we'll let just from here, just the ear just relax down just to the shoulder, head is heavy. Couple breaths in and out. Chin just rolls just down and just to chest. And we slowly uncurl back up through the center. Over into the other side, ear drops down, shoulder, head is heavy. You roll, chin just down and just to chest. And we slowly, gently uncurl, head comes up, eyes open. And we are all done this evening, ladies. Thank you so much. It's a lovely class. Any questions and queries, you can always just drop me a little message. But thank you for joining me. Hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Have a lovely rest of evening. Enjoy. Hope the nice weather lasts. And well done for working so hard. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.